Hey, everybody. It is Conscious Queen. How are you? Thanks for coming on in. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for wanting to go with me along my journey. Thanks for wanting to hear about my experiences and my stories. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hey, before we get into this thing, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, connect with me. If you have any questions about what I got going on, comment, connect with me. Yeah, but wanted to say those things. Get that out the way. Like, comment, subscribe, invite some friends and family that you might think that the things I'm going through, went through, it might resonate with them. It could be you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Yeah. We all have to do a mindset change. We all have to change the way we think. The things we used to know, the things we used to do, the people, places, and things, we have to change that in order to be in a better place for now. We don't live in the past. We don't live in the future. We live in the now. Everything that is happening now. Ain't that mind blowing? When I first discovered these things, the spiritual awakening that I'm going through, and all the knowledge that's been pouring into me, mind blowing. The things we didn't know. But all of a sudden, there's a knowing. Well, not all of a sudden, there was a process of everything. But definitely changing my mindset to where nobody loved me. I don't even like myself. I want to die. Changing my mindset, changing my thinking to being present in the moment, loving where I'm at, loving the skin I'm in, loving the place I am, where I'm at. The things I have more than enough. God has blessed me. Not saying I've got a lot of anything, but I am limitless. I am abundant, and I share. I have no problems with sharing my life, sharing the things I've been through. You might need to hear some of these things I'm talking about. But hey, before we dive deep a little bit, get you something to drink. Get you some water. Get you some coffee. Whatever you're needing, get that. Some snacks. I go in. But yeah, mindset. Mindset. All that stinking thinking. And right now we're in a new moon. New moon in Scorpio. So there are rituals. There are affirmations for you to grow in this experience. If you're awake and aware and want to know these things, I'm learning also. I don't know all these things, but I'm learning as I'm going. And believe me, I'm going to master some of these things. And with the ability that God gives me, I will. Knowing that He's right there with me. Knowing that my higher conscious self is leading me. She is imparting things in me. She snatched me back from the 3D years ago. Now I have to be here because this is physical. But hey, learned a lot of things. So it's a choice to be sad. It's a choice to be depressed. Now, I know a lot of people might want to come back and say, no, hey, it happens. It is a choice. Because from what doctors and society have told me, that I'm that person, a depressed person. I don't have to stay there. I wake up every morning and struggle, but I get up. I motivate. I encourage me. I love on me. Things I probably never did before. This was years ago. But these days, hey, I get up, I get me some coffee. I talk to myself. I speak encouraging things to myself. I love on me. I dote on me. I love me. And I'm my priority. I am. I am my priority. But the old energy, let that release that. There are rituals. You can go and follow some of the rituals that they show you on YouTube, Pinterest. I'm on a lot of that. And I've got my own personal rituals that I do, you know. So, yeah. And it's out with the old and with the new. The way I was thinking, I no longer need some of that. So I filter through the things that are still working for me, that are serving me, the things that no longer serve me, trash them. And I write these things down. I do prayer rituals. Yes. And I release and let go. I'm in the now. I'm in the day. Release and let that shit go. Yeah, some things I wanted to hold on to, but for what? If it wasn't helping me, if it wasn't building me, it was weighing me down. And I'm growing. I'm expanding. My awakening is probably at its peak. I have confidence that I didn't have before. I've got courage that I didn't have before. Now, I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo. You would think I've always had that. No, I had to dig deep and see who Pamela really was, or who Pamela really is. Now, I do a lot of meditations, a lot of meditating, a lot of ritual work. I'm in the mirror, looking at me, talking to me, the work I do, making sure I understand. I get an understanding of what I'm reading, of what I'm learning, of what I'm taking in. So I can be able to come back and tell you guys, hey, this is what I've experienced. This is what I've dissected. This is what I've got an understanding of. I wouldn't come to you with something that I've not dibbled in, that I've not experienced, that I have no knowledge of. I wouldn't do that. I love you guys too much. If I didn't love you, I would not take the time to make the videos to encourage you that this is not the end. When we get into those mindsets of nobody cares, nobody loves me, why am I here? It's not the end. God is not going to let you go that easy. Believe me, I know. He's had to work with me. I've had to work with him a lot. That I wanted to be here. And, well, I signed contract to come. To work out this karma. Pastor back in the day used to always say insanity, but we all know the definition, the meaning of insanity. Expecting a different result. So I was always doing that, always expecting a different result, but I got the same results. But now I've tapped in to where I'm just in the flow, in the ebb and flow of whatever it is. I don't have to be right. I don't have to be wrong. It is what it is. I'm just going to flow with it. I had somebody come up against me the other day, and it wasn't even coming up against me. It was a post that I had posted on Facebook, and this person came up and said, B, I will beat your BB. And I text back, what did I say? What did I do that offended you so? Now, the person I was back in the day would have took that on. But now I ain't got time for that. I don't. I ignored it. It wasn't for me. That was whatever that person was going through. And I'm not feeling it. I didn't receive it, reciprocate it, none of that. I didn't. It didn't bother me. Where it used to would. Now, I've been in church that there were pastors and deacons and first ladies and all of that. And this one lady, years ago, Mother Boyd, spoke about the things that will no longer affect you. Now, but there are going to be people come at me, and we'll see then. But that thing yesterday didn't affect me, and I had to think to myself, Pamela, you're growing. I'm proud of you, girl. Right? I'm proud of you. I'm on the right path. I'm on the right journey. It's about choices. The choices we make determine the journey you're on. It's about reconnecting with spirit, with God, with Gaia, Mother Earth. It's about reconnecting. When I was telling the story of me being out in Lawton and I would be sitting outside, I would me outside in nature. I would just be out there sweating, talking to people, conversating with people, letting them know I understood what you're going through. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, wrote a book. But God wants us to reconnect. And I'm not on here to sell God. I'm not. I'm not on here to sell spirit. I'm not pimping nobody. But just explaining the love that he has for us, that I didn't realize this love before when I was growing up and in church and young mother and all of that. I just followed the tradition until I tapped in on my own and receive what God has for me. And what he has for me is for me only. My thing may not be for you, but I'm explaining it to you, letting you know that to be patient, to hold on, all is not over. Believe me, I thought it was done. I thought that this life was, I thought I was through with it. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel so quick. Be aware of your surroundings. Watch the things that are going on. It's God. God is talking to you. He's telling you to communicate with him. Ancestors, spiritual angels, spiritual team, your archangels, your celestial team. They're working for you, but they can't work unless you communicate with them. And watch the joy that overtakes you. Watch the joy. People wonder, how can I be so bubbly all the time? How can I be so, hey, I balance this out. I harness this. When I'm to myself, I ground. I do. But blessed, honored to be where I am today. To be able to even tell you guys where I've been. I was looking at a few of my other videos, and it kind of got emotional to me because I'm empathic. So I'm looking back at my videos and I'm like, oh my God, that happened to me. And it would spark up my feelings and emotions inside. My goodness, where was I? Now, if you want to say hell, yeah, I was in hell. You know, these places are inside of us. Heaven and hell exist in us. Because I'm saying maybe 10, 15 years ago, if not 20, I told my daughter that I was experiencing heaven on earth. And that probably was the first of my awakening. I'd never experienced heaven on earth before. I'm always experiencing, I was always, that heaven was, God is, instead of residing inside of me. Heaven and hell. So I've been through hell. Wrote a book about it. Wrote a book about it. About the pit I was in. And how I got myself out of that pit. How God saved me. How my higher self, conscious self saved me from that pit. Because if I'd have stayed in that pit, you wouldn't have heard from me. You would have never known about me. grateful, thankful, blessed, beyond measure. With that, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go. I will see you in the next video. Please do not forget to click like, comment, subscribe, do all of those things for me. I appreciate you for coming and just sitting and listening to me talk about my life, my journey. We are connected more than we think. I love you. Love and light. Namaste. Be looking for the next video. Bye.